G'day there and welcome to Dog Shadow Gaming, the channel where we live to game and game to live. As always, I'm Belth and today we're looking at another Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. You guessed it, guys. It's the Todbringer. Right, Boris Todbringer, the Elector Count of Middenland, the Gaff of Middenheim, the Prince of the Drakwold, Defender of the Middle Mountains, and the Beloved of Ulrich, is our chosen Empire General for today. And we will be continuing this series. Now, I did have this series up already previously, and I had to stop it because the mods just failed me, unfortunately. But the mods have been fixed now, and so I am able to restart it. I was going to continue where we were, but I thought, no, I'll do a complete restart, and we'll do a compilation of mods together. This is one of my favorites. I've been testing this mod pack together for a while now, and it really adds flavor to the Empire. And if you're a big Empire player like me, you know how boring it is to play them sometimes, especially if you played them all. This is really good because it brings Boris Todbringer out of the multiplayer pack and puts him into the actual campaign. Now we're going to use SFO, Steel Faith Overhaul, Grimhammer 2 mod. This adds a heap of tactical complexity to the game. It also gives you differences to how you build, all of how you garrison everything, what effects you get from buildings. It really adds flavor to the game. On top of that, it adds units, and it also adds different buildings. So one of the different buildings it does give you is temples to Ulrich. Now, Ulrich was the god that Sigmar originally worshipped to when he was a man. He was the original Empire god. Ulrich is the god of war, wolves, and winter. And he has a flame going on in Middenheim that is dedicated to him. So Middenland is the original seat of the worship of Ulrich, and they still continue it to this day. And so as playing through as Boris Todbringer, the Elector Count of Middenland, we want to be playing that flavor. So SFO brings the shrine to Ulrich as one of the buildings you can build. It brings Ulrich war priests instead of Sigmarite priests. It gives you Knights of the White Wolf, which are a knight unit, obviously. Wolfkin, which are sort of the equivalent of flagellants, but Ulrich flagellants, I suppose you'd say. Not flatulence, flagellants. And also the Teutonic Guard. So it gives you a lot of flavor and adds something very different to a Empire playthrough, which I thought would be really cool. Now, of course, we needed to, if we're playing Boris, then we need to be able to play Boris. And Steel Faith Overhaul doesn't quite allow you to do that off the bat. So what you need to do is you need to add the sub-mod of the, now I'm going to try and not butcher this, the Crisis or Cyranosis faction unlocker, which unlocks all the factions. As you can see along the top here, we can play any of the Elector counts. Some are a little bit more fleshed out than others. If you notice here, playing Westenland, you actually play as Elsbeth von Draken, and you have some special starting units, being that you are Null, basically. So that's another one we'll look at another time. Some of them are more fleshed out than others, as you can see here. And this goes right along, guys. So if you add these two mods together, Steel Faith Overhaul and Cyranosis Faction Unlocker, you can play a lot of factions, some of which are really interesting. So Clan Eschen, pretty cool. Special starting units, you get a special buffs. It's sort of been melted out. But today we're looking at Boris, so we'll keep going. So he starts with the Empire Knights, the Empire Greatswords, and the Mortar. But on top of that, he gets 2 units of the Knights of the White Wolf as well. So really cool. Starting as Boris with Cyranosis Faction Unlocker, you will start in Middenheim in Middenland, which does give you a very different campaign than starting in Reichland, which is sort of the sunnier slopes, I should say, of the Empire. A lot less coming your way there than there does in Middenheim. Being closer to the border, you're going to be right into it with Chaos and Beastmen straight off the bat, which is a lot of fun. However, it can get a little tiresome chasing them around very large, sparsed out areas. So what I do like to use is the Home Region Movement Bonus mod. And what this does is simply give you a small 10% increase to your movement bonus, just to enable you to get around and finally catch those pesky beastmen and all the rest of it. It's not a massive buff, it's not game changing, but it does help you to not have to play tag later on in the game, which is really important. One of the other mods that I really like doing, this is a series of mods, is the GCCM Faction Capital mod, the GCCM Settlement Packs, the GCCM modding framework, and the GCCM Island Battles. And what this does is give, instead of just having that really boring siege line, it gives you totally new maps for all of the major factions. So there's a new map for Altdorf, Marienburg, Middenheim, and a number of other major cities, towns, and ports. It will give you really cool, really unique maps that you've not seen before. So do stay tuned for that, because it really does spice up the Empire campaign. Now, these maps are good. They're all over. They upgrade dwarf units, and there's so much to them. It's really, really cool. I do suggest you checking out these mods. Last but not least, we've got, what is it? Banners mod. The Banners mod, Empire Banners, which basically just changes the banners in the game back to the original tabletop banners, just to add more flavor. And then we've got Empire uniforms, which basically means that we actually get to see the different uniforms of the Empire. If we're fighting Hochland, we should see Hochland uniforms. If we're fighting the Reichland, we'll see the Reichland uniforms, and vice versa. So it just gives you a little bit of extra and gives them some tweaks and puts their badges properly on the front, just to give it that flavor. If we're playing Boris, if we're going to play Boris and Middenland, let's play Boris and Middenland. So other than that, guys, it's just a couple of better campaign camera, just so I can get some cool shots for you guys. And that's really it. I've got to be honest with you. It is a pretty good campaign. It's a lot of fun. And if you're used to playing the Empire and you enjoy them, but you find them a little boring and dull, and you've played you've played Karl Franz to death, and you've played them all, this is a great campaign to play, and I really, really recommend it. All the mods will be down in the description below, so do check it out, or you can check me out on Steam and check out my collection there, or you can jump into Discord and they're there as well. Do check out the links below. Without further ado, guys, get some chocky, some drinks, and some bits and pieces to strap in, and we'll be right back after this. Okay, and welcome into the campaign, and here we are with Boris the Man himself. Now, as I said, we did have that uniforms of the Empire, so it does give him a little bit of a spruce up on the old Todbringer armor set there, and you will see that with this one they've put on the proper and original Middenland banner. And here we go again. This is the banners getting changed here, which is cool. Now, to start us off, we do have Middenland. We have Karrenburg, Wesmund, and we're starting off with Middenland here. Middenheim, sorry, I should say. Now, as I said, we're very different. It's very different than a start from Altdorf. And we have Marienburg to our left, as always. Now, there's a couple of things we're going to want to try and keep Karrenburg as much as we can, because there's some special units we can build in there due to the SFO mod, which are really, really nice, and we want to try and keep them as best we can. We can get both Knights of the Panther and Karrenburg Greatswords, which are an amazing SFO unit of renown, or renowned unit. So we really want to keep that, and Westman kind of just ties the whole province together. Sorry, my nose is really itchy for some reason. Okay, to our right we have the Brass Keep, and the Brass Keep is always here, but in the SFO you get a faction of Chaos in here, and they are not pretty. Hochland, everything else is pretty normal. Now, to start off pretty quickly, what I'm going to want to do here is try and confederate. I'm already started off with I believe we start off with, a defensive alliance with Northern. We're going to want to try and confederate them fairly soon, if we can. He's got some great troops that we really want to get a hold of as soon as we can. So let's have a quick chat with him, and we'll get a trade agreement going straight away. We'll try and get trade agreements wherever possible here.
Greetings, my countrymen.
They can join Confederation.
On this fine mark tag.
So we're going to try and get a non-aggression and a trade agreement here. Yep. And
Sigma's will.
Excellent. Now, one of the things here is we're playing an Empire campaign, so we're going to get a lot of chaos coming down and running through our provinces. And so we're going to want to try and get as many allies as we can early up. This is not an Empire campaign. This is not a Karl Franz campaign, and don't treat it like it's one. We're on pretty much the second hardest level of Steel Faith Overhaul, and it will kick your bum very quickly if you're not careful.
Empire's blessing.
So what I like to do myself is try and get those trade agreements going as quickly as I can.
Never.
You might not want to play ball. Let's see if you'll get a trade. We should get a trade. Okay, we got a trade. So that just bumps us up. You'll notice that... have we got anything else that we can do? No, not right yet. Okay, so we were minus 214. We managed to get back into 200. So we're in the green, which is good, which is something we really want to do. Now, one of the things I like to do fairly quickly is... Karaberg is good, and we want to really try and protect it. So I'm happy to leave the guardhouse in there, and we want to try and upgrade this as quickly as possible. Going up on this one is very important because it's going to give us that growth. The income is nice, and the upkeep for cavalry units in own faction is also very nice. So we're going to want that up as quick as we can. Here, we're going to go up here, and you'll notice that in the top it gives +2 for crossbowmen and spearmen. Very important. Recruitment cost for crossbowmen and spearmen is also reduced, which is nice. The income isn't too bad, and upkeep for them, the cost of recruitment and so it's pretty good for spearmen and crossbowmen. So really, really good. We want to do that up. We want to get this moving fairly quickly, but I also want to move it over to here fairly shortly because I'm going to need to put something else in here shortly too. So what we won't do just yet is upgrade it just yet. We'll wait and try and upgrade Westman and put it in here because, as you can see in Steel Faith Overhaul, it provides 2 swordsmen, which just gives this a little bit more strength. So we won't spend the money on that just yet. Outside of that, we've kind of got our diplomacy going. Everything's sort of rocking and rolling. Now, we do start off straight away, and we've got our boy Kazrak straight in here, ready to give me the absolute shites. So, what we want to do here is we want to try and catch him if we can. And this is kind of the game you're going to end up playing. So you can see here we've got our 2 units of Knights of the White Wolf here, which are quite nice. They are armored and armor piercing. They don't have any bonus versus larger bonus versus infantry, but they are just really solid tanky. You can just throw them in and they will just hold the line. They'll just hold the line anywhere, and they're really, really tanky for knights, you know what I mean? Then we've got our shock cavalry, standard knights. So these guys are anti-infantry, so we'll be throwing them in. Now, they won't have quite the effect of the vanilla version. They will do damage, and they'll be great, but not quite as much as the high level. The lower levels don't do as much damage, and the high levels do more damage. The more high tier, the more sort of intense and insane they are. Now, cavalry units, remember, are all cheaper for me. So these 4 here are a little bit cheaper. Look at these guys, 432 gold each. Ouch. But they are worth the money, trust me. Now, we're going to move over here, and we're going to go into ambush. And this is basically my strategy for trying to deal with Kazrak. If you can kill him. So we're going to go -2, swordsman, upkeep, spearmen, halberds, hunting. Okay. That just drops the campaign movement -10 for own army starting. Yeah. Growth, income from trade. Well, we got a fair amount of trade at the moment. Tax, public order, enemy hero success. Yeah, tainted +3. That's not bad to have. Tax rate +2 and public order +4. Public order is okay for now. So we'll go with trade and growth. We're going to try and grow as quickly as we can. Cool. And now, as far as the Count himself, he does start with the Midland Ruinfang, as he should. Let's be honest. And that gives you public order +5, melee +6, enables magical attacks, income from post-battle loot +5, passive ability, the Midland Ruinfang. So replenishes hit points of combatants. A regeneration constant self when in battle. Obviously, it's just regeneration. Then you got the White Cloak of Ulrich, which is rare. The White Cloak of Ulrich is the passive and a -10 to speed and -15 to melee attack. Pretty cool. Let's have a look at the skills here. Bottom line, you got Route Marcher, pretty standard. Public Order, unit experience per turn, plus 20. Lord's Army, recruitment cost -5. Good one to have. Attrition. So attrition -3, casualty suffer from attrition. Lord's Army casualty plus. This is important, and I'll show you, I will talk about why. You're in the north, guys. This is not some pleasant little Reichland land. You are going to be getting Beastmen. You're going to be getting Northmen. You're going to get some chaos before you even get a chance to get up all those shrines to Ulrich and try and start batting back the constant chaos corruption. It is going to come, and so you are going to get attrition in your own lands. Not to mention you're going to be going towards the north as much as you can to raid them. You're not raiding your neighbors in this one because we're trying to stay together as the Empire and fight the outside forces. So you're going to be in bad climates a lot. So this is really important, and I try to go for this early to save myself all the casualty the attrition you end up suffering. Untainted +1 in local province. Again, not too bad to have. +3 is never a bad thing. Again, for that taint and chaos that's coming towards you. Recruitment for the Lord, very casualty replenishment for him, and wound recovery also very important. Logistan casualty replenishment rate. Again, you're going to be fighting a fair bit, so that's a good one. Quartermaster is always solid. Headhunter, alert, and then lightning strike isn't until the very end with him, so it's something to look forward to. Now for the red line, we've got leadership as standard, Emperor's Finest, fairly standard, speed, again, fairly standard, missile damage, +6 for free company measures, crossbowmen, handgunners, pistoliers, outriders, and missile units. Again, very, very good. Honor Steel, weapon strength, +6 for great swords and demigryph knights, very good. Mighty Forge, world save, +7% for steam tank, and Luanark and Highish units. Cool. Imperial Gunnery, missile damage for mortars, great cannon, Hellbuster volley gun, Hellstrom rocket battery units. So also very, very good. Rally, standard, strength, and hardship. Leadership +5 for spearmen, swordsmen, flagellants, Empire Knights, rank 7 and above. So that's really good. So basically, if you get anything to rank 7 and above, it gives you extra bits and pieces. Melee +5 for spearmen, swordmen, flagellants, and Empire Knights, units rank 7 and above. Magic resistance. Sharpshooter, missile resistance, +15 for free company militia, and so on and so forth. For great swords, halberds, Reichsguard units, blazing sun, demigryph knights, and so forth and so on. Artillery master, and then so forth and so on. And up back. So this getting to the back end of the red line is actually really nice, because once you start getting those high sort of 7 and above units, you start to get some amazingly good buffs there. So it's something for a little bit later once we start getting those units to give them an extra bit of a buff. Military heritage, artillery. So you can choose one of these at level 15 to go down. Once you choose one, the others are locked off to you. Ammunition +5 for artillery units, speed +5, recruit +1, military campaign movement range +5, campaign line of sight +10, upkeep +10 for artillery units, Lord's Army. -5 for pistoliers, outriders, Lord's Army, reload time reduction for pistoliers, okay. Military heritage, attrition rate -10, casualties suffer from all attrition, reload time reduction -5, upkeep for cavalry units, Lord's Army, -5 for swordsman, pikemen, spearmen, okay, yep. Leadership +2 in foreign territory, Lord's Army, +5 for cavalry units, upkeep +5 for infantry units, Lord's Army, charge bonus +10 for Empire Knights and Order Knights. So, you know, it's a bit of a mixed bag here. You're going to get some buffs and you're going to take some debuffs. Standard yellow line, realistically, it's pretty standard. And then you've got Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught, but otherwise, very, very standard. Top line's a little bit different here. You do get the Barded Warhorse at rank 10, at rank 2 if you want. Then you go to Imperial Pegasus and then the Imperial Griffin, which is really nice. Brass Lung is a must. Hold the Line, a must. You want to get these ones fairly early on, and then Sigmar's Ward is also very nice as well. So that's him in a nutshell, guys. Just looking at where we start here. Obviously, you've got the Midland, the White Cloak there. Enables magical attacks. We've got bonus versus large +10, so he's good with large. Melee T +6, melee defense +5, hit points +10. When normally killed in battle, this lord will be wounded. Yep, okay. Standard income from post-battle loot and public order +5 on local provinces. For himself, he's got a charge bonus of 45. He's 480 for weapon strength, 53 for defense, 66 for his melee attack, and it is magical damage, as I said. Speed is 35, leadership is 75, armor is 96. All up, the Toddbringer is a bit of a beast. I quite enjoy his model and his character and his lore. So let's get into it. We are in ambush stance, and let's just see if we can net anything. This usually takes a couple of turns to net Khazrak and try and get him, hammer him down. We'll just speed this up a little bit. And realistically, as the quicker you can get Khazrak off the board, right, the quicker you can start going and hitting up the Norskins up the top here. Or harassing the Black Keep if you want to. They don't really have anything in here, and they won't come out too much at this level. So you can go in there and sort of take it, but it's orange for you, so it's a bit of a pain in the bum to get going. Ambush foiled. He's found us. One of our forces has been detected while attempting an ambush at Middenheim in Middenland, which is a bit sucky, but that is okay. We're going to keep moving, and you know, we'll keep ambushing. Basically, that's what we want to do. We want to try and catch him on an ambush. It's very, very hard to catch them. Even with the reach and movement bonus, you end up playing this chasing game all the time with them, and I gotta tell you, it sucks. So if you get baited, you'll just end up chasing your tail around and losing a lot of time and being very frustrated. So what I tend to do is, instead of chasing him, I tend to just keep moving around and seeing if I can't catch him, get lucky and catch him. He will generally either go after Nordland up the top here, or if you try to chase him up here, he'll run back down here, and then he'll wipe out your settlements down here, because these guys are still relatively fresh, and he can, with a double stack, take them out. Right, so one of the things with Steel Faith Overhaul 2, if you have not played it, is it lets you decide how your campaign will play, thanks to the CAPS system. Now, the CAPS system works, and I'll explain it. Yeah, you can decide which CAPS system you want to use. Faction-wide CAPS enables a system similar to the Tomb Kings, where unit types are limited and you must build buildings to extend the cap. Each faction also has unique mechanics to extend their unit caps. Army caps enables a system which limits how many unit types you can have in a single army. For example, you could have X number of swordsmen of Hoeth and Y number of Phoenix Guard per army faction wide. The army caps is, you guessed it, a combination of both systems. Note, enabling the cap system makes your game harder. The AI will also have the same limitations. For a full list of the caps your units both systems, SFO mod page. I tend to just go with faction caps, only faction caps. This is recommended. Each faction of the game will have units caps on certain rare and elite units, which can only be extended by constructing certain buildings or through faction-specific mechanics. This just means that it's, again, closer to... I mean, you shouldn't have an army full of steam tanks. There's only 12 in the Empire, right? That's it. And you'd have to own the whole Empire to be able to get that. So, which, I mean, we need to go to Nuln for that, mostly. So, again, I'm going to try and just get sneaky. We're going to get sneaky. And, yeah, we're just trying to catch them. That's all we want to do. We just want to try and catch them. I'm going to keep building these guys, and as soon as I can get Westman up a level, I'll put this building in there to help defend it. Once this gets to level 3, you can see that it provides a garrison. As again, the buildings have changed in SFO. So if you've played it, guys, and you know this, cool. But if you haven't, provides garrison, Empire Knights, Empire Captain, one of each. 2 halberds, 2 swordsmen, 2 crossbowmen, and 1 handgunner, right? Standard, cool. But as I said before, we get this to the top level. Actually, that just unlocks the huntsmen, which are a bonus versus large unit, which is really good. So we'll try and get one of those. What's another one I can show you? Yeah, so as you can see here, the training field, instead of just allowing you to unlocking the recruitment of, you can see that it provides a garrison of 2 swordsmen, as well as unlocking recruitment of pikemen, swordsmen, for complete militias. You go up, it changes, so it goes from 2 swordsmen to 1 halberdier, 1 swordsman, and then up to final, it gives you 1 great sword and 1 halberdier. So those 2 are pretty good units to have in a small town like this. unit of great swords is very good to have in a small town like this. So that's pretty cool. Once we've sort of upped most of this and you get your first one of these, you can open up 2 specials here. Let me see if I can find it. If it will, it won't allow me to show them until it becomes available. But that'll also give us 2 units of Carroburg Greatswords or 2 units of Knight's Panther to protect Carroburg. Now, let's keep moving. I don't think we had any more options for anything else. So let's just keep moving. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep moving. So we're pulling in about 209 per turn. It's not amazing. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. It could be worse. We could be in the red. Once we can finally get rid of these guys, they're not actually in our territory at the moment. They're just sitting in Northern, which is okay with me. The problem with this particular campaign, as I said before, is you've got a lot of woods here that will slow you down. Provincial surplus, the population surplus within this province may now be spent in upgrading main settlement buildings. Excellent. War declared, Aveland and Skull takers us down in the south. Diplomacy has failed. The war is inevitable between these sides. So excellent. That'll be down. Now they're usually sitting around here, heading down towards Belagar. So that'll be happening down there. What I really love about and you can call it Cyranos, you can call it Krynosis, Chrysos. I don't know how to pronounce it, man. Seriously. Faction Unlocker is all the cool stuff that it unlocks, and they have fleshed out a lot of things they unlock. So Elsbeth von Draken is actually a very cool character in Nuln there. Okay, so this is one of the other pieces, especially, it doesn't matter whether you're playing Empire or not, it will ask you this, as Empire is such a massive, big faction on the map. Rumors have been heard that Kislev and the Emperor and the Elector Counts have made a secret arrangement to not attack each other. Are these rumors true? Choose. The rumors are true to make all Imperial factions and Kislev not attack each other for the rest of the campaign. Also, all Imperial factions will declare on anyone that sacks, razes, or occupies 3 or more Imperial cities in the original Imperial provinces. This can lead to a different campaign experience. Choosing the rumors are not true will not change the diplomacy between the factions. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so if you choose rumors are false, then it's just the standard game, right? And you can end up fighting all of the Empire factions. Well, the problem with that is on very hard, what will pretty much happen every single time is that Karl Franz will go berserk and he will confederate everybody south of you, and then he will attack you and there's no getting out of it. And you'll get hit mid-game with about 7 or 8 stacks. He's worse than Archeon, I tell you. Like, it's just nasty. Plus, what it also means is then you're taking constant attacks from the top, Beastmen attacks, and you're getting attacked from all of the Imperial, which isn't really true to the lore. You're not meant to be getting attacked by other elected counts like that. So I always do United We Stand. Kislev and the Imperial states can no longer declare war on each other, right? Doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be friendly with you, but they won't attack you, which is cool. I have played one of these games without, and that's what happens. He just gets shittier and shittier with you, and then boom, you just get taken out. So, which is not in the lore and shouldn't be right.
I will marshal the best.
So, we're still in ambush stance, and we should be able to get him now. Yes. All right. Here we go. We managed to get Kazrak One-Eye. Battle deployment. You're attacking the one herd. Oh, we'll give it a quick save. I always do that, guys. I always do, just in case something goes dramatically wrong. We do have a lot of mods on here, so sometimes, especially with the GCCM settlement packs, they're amazing settlement battles. It's like they're so much better than just playing the standard boring. It just adds so much spice to the game. But they're not always 100%. So you get some odd mapping with units and some odd bits and pieces. It's hard to tell sometimes where your lines are and bits and pieces. So you'll see as we get to play some. Excitement Plus, guys. There's actually a new map for the Moot. So we get to slaughter some hobbits, which will be fun. So, all right. What's this map? Let's have a look. Okay, we're going... Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? They can come around there as well. Cool map. All right, so... We're going to want... archers up here. And... possibly... I would probably put... some spearmen here with them, I reckon. Yeah, okay, and... also... you know what I might do? Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna pop these guys. They're gonna just guard this. Our archers are gonna sit over here. They're gonna pound down. We've got our cannoneers here. They got the high ground. They're gonna be able to shoot for miles, which is amazing. And this has got some great. If we had more archers, wouldn't it? Now our Knights of the White Wolf. They're just gonna sit over here and in all back of the bus, like. I think we're gonna roll our guys down the side here. And we're just gonna hold this line here, I believe. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so let's grab our pistoliers. And we can... what we got? They will have some archers. So, put them over here. Hidden, very nice, that's what I like to see. What about here? Still hidden? Hidden and fresh. What about here? No, not hidden. Okay. Hidden. All right, so let's leave them there for now. Okay. Great swords in the back. Boris, you're over here. Throw you across this line here. Like so. I think that's pretty good. Maybe we can pull up. Yep, that's pretty good. All right. Empire swords in the back. They'll reinforce where they need to. And these guys will hop on over here and over here. Now they'll charge in it wherever they need. And we'll try and get these guys around the back and hitting once the lines have engaged. We're pretty good. Let's put you in the front here and let's get the party started. Now, I'm just going to throw these guys across this front here. Our crossbowmen are going to sit. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like that.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
See where the line is and how far they can get shots off. Okay.
Mortar!
Oh, we've been found. Doesn't look like he's actually got any archers, which is interesting. Okay. Alright, yep. Yep, I like it. Great range there. They're going to get full scope.
General!
Yeah, it's not looking like we're going to get attacked from here, so we'll see how this plays. If they're not needed, I can actually scoot these guys around and attack.
Ready? Yes, sir. Quickly. Taking position. Yes, General. Take the ground. To battle.
Okay. Oh yeah, one up there. That's cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Raise swords! Take the
Send them in there. Actually,
Take position!
you get in there. You take out Kazrak.
The Empire!
You hit that.
Cavalry ready!
Okay. Great swords are on there.
Ready for the Warhammer!
Spearman!
We serve France! For Heldenhammer!
Ready!
Okay.
Moving now! Taking position! We serve the Emperor! The Empire endures! Go! No
Okay.
lingering!
Need to get these guys around the back.
Sir, take the ground! Yes, General! No lingering! Charge!
Hitting the back there.
Sigmar, preserve us!
Actually, we want to shoot down this line if we can.
Aim!
Now, where are you?
Sigmar call!
Okay.
Still for the Heldenhammer! Send us out! Charge! No lingering! To
And
battle!
there.
Mortar! Break that machine! Quick march!
Okay, these guys will collapse soon. Yep, they're going to collapse soon too, unfortunately.
We await your orders!
Recharge here. How you going there, Boris?
Fight men! Fight for our
Okay.
fire!
How's our Knights of the White Wolf? They're doing well.
The Empire endures!
Doing well. These guys will break soon. These guys are holding, which is cool.
Taking aim!
Yeah, good.
Ground quakes!
Go and hammer and anvil them while you hit them in the rear.
Our steeds are restless!
Okay, hit the rear there. And hit the rear there.
Swordsman!
Back in the fight here.
Prepare for combat! Ready for war! Our orders? Prepare for combat!
There we go.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Okay.
Victory will be ours! Ready for war!
Give our Empire Swordsman another buff. These guys are holding nicely. Not much I can do to shoot here. I wonder if I can get these guys. What can you do? You shoot it all?
Mars France! We must not relent!
A little bit, but not much.
Standing by!
There we go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Not amazingly played, but not too bad, not too bad. It would have been nice to get a couple more hammer and anvil charges from the rear. We did okay, and we didn't get as much damage out of the mortars as I would have liked. 128 there. Who was MVP of the match? Yeah, so definitely Knights of the White Wolf, 214 kills. Very closely followed by the Empire Knights there at 197. One of our Knights of the White Wolf didn't actually do that well, 61. So Pistoliers took a bit of a pounding. That's okay. They basically held those guys off long enough for us to do as much damage as we could here. Great Swords did okay. I mean, they were fighting those Minotaurs over here, so that's not too bad. And the Toddbringer did all right. He pretty much took out Kazrak. Warherd of the One Eye. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. No worries. We'll take the leadership. And And now we can get this going. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, ambush success chance plus 10, armor plus 3. We gained some armor. Okay, glaring scale plus 3, melee defense, passive ability, glaring scale, minus melee attack. I like it. We will attribute causes fear. Excellent. So let's have a quick look at Boris. Yeah, we're doing all right there. It's not too bad. Straight into route march, as I said, it's really important that you get that as quick as you can. We'll go into inspiration. I like to do these two first, and I will go hard to hit just because melee defense plus 5 is too good for 1 point to give up. Then we'll go brass lung, hold the line, and then we will go straight into restoring, getting our attrition up so that we are ready for going into the north.
The nation calls.
Into the cold north. Now, he has run away. And we are going to want to... How much... What has he got left? Still got those Minotaurs, doesn't he?
Ready to strengthen the empire.
Okay, straight back into that. We can go into ambush stance here and still get our reclaim, so we're all good. Technically, we're in an ally's territory. Let's have a real quick look here, see what we can do.
The empire.
Are you ready
By
for...
Sigma's
No,
will.
still not ready for anything else. Empire is improving with us. They're loving us. Military actions against Khazrak is definitely helping us. Great power, minus 15. Hero actions against Reichland, minus 13. Treaties with Norland, minus 3. Treaties with Marienburg, minus 2. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're making progress.
Greetings,
Making
fellow
progress. We're
Em-
making inroads. All right, we're about 43 minutes now for our first episode, and that will probably do us, I would say. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, do hit up the like, follow, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. Do check out the Twitch channel, as we will be a little bit further on in that. I am Twitch streaming Boris and lots of others. Gashnag, the Black Prince of the Borderlands. All those really cool, unique characters from the lore that you've never seen. Those are the guys I'm playing in Total War, and I'll be putting up on the channel and streaming on my Twitch channel. So do check out the links below, guys. As always, thank you very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned because number 2 will be coming out very, very shortly. Thanks, guys, and have a great afternoon, evening, or night. See you later. Yeah.